Hi Pussycats, it's your girl Ronnie, and welcome to another segment of Pussycat Nation with who? Me, Ronnie, the head Pussycat. Before we get started, I would like for you to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Ronnie Bond 0515 for Instagram and also for Twitter. Also, if you like my video content today, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Press that notification button. I have no idea where it's at. It's somewhere on there. And subscribe, because I still only have 8 subscribers and I would like to get some more. And hopefully after today's video, I'll get some subscribers and you guys will leave some comments and it'll be something for us to talk about, be it negative or positive. I welcome any type of feedback or anything that you say. That's how, I want to make a great channel. So, I'm going to start by reading something that I've written. And then we're going to go into the topic of the day. This is called Listen. Okay? Risperdal or Jack Daniels. Both of them would make me feel better. Maybe I should think about the weather. If I'm cold, I'll put on a sweater. No, make it rain. I like when it's wetter. While I was walking, I found a feather. It was black or maybe gray, like the sky today. I think it's a beautiful day to lose my way. My mind is in its own reality. No one's safe. Everyone's a casualty. There's no such thing as authority. Color doesn't exist. We're all minorities. Lexapro. It won't stop me because my mind is always on the go. Makes me wonder what it's like to be on blow. Do you want to know what I know? No, because your mind is too slow to know what I know. Can you process what it's like to watch a flower grow? Me neither. I'm a city girl. I only see pictures of a plateau on a TV show. Did you know everything that's ugly has a hidden beauty? I think today is Tuesday and tomorrow is Thursday. No, hooray, it's really Sunday. Klonopin and Boost Barn, where have you been? I should have started taking you when I was 10. I wonder if you were out back then. Parents didn't care to medicate their children back then. If you acted up, you got a backhand to the chin. Or a good ass whooping was our parents' way of solving behavioral issues when I was 10. They also didn't realize that forcing us to go to church was not the answer, because we're too young to understand why we sin. Was it really sin or something deeper within? Back in the day, it was hard to win. Now, my head's in the clouds with no end to begin. I like when the lights are dim. Bitter splatter rat tat. Did you see the tiny black cat? Or maybe it was a rat wearing a hat. See how easy it was for me to get your attention? I had to talk shit in order for you to listen. Too bad many of us don't take the time to listen to the children. If they're crying out or acting out for help, keep quiet and listen. As parents, know our position. We want what's best for our children. So listen. Okay. This conversation is about to get a little bit, I don't know, sticky for some of you pussycats that's viewing this. Because I don't think that a good majority of you will like my opinion on what it is that I'm about to say. 2 days ago, me and my daughter, we watched the movie Cuties on Netflix. You know, it's controversial and people was trying to go through cancel Netflix because they're exploiting young girls sexually. And that's not what I got out of the movie. For most, I don't know if you saw the movie or if you're just going by word of mouth of what other pussycats are saying in regards to the movie, or from what you read and the little intro as far as to what the movie is about. The movie does have a meaning. It has a lesson to be learned. My opinion of the movie is, I thought it was good, although it did have maybe 4 inappropriate or disturbing scenes. As a parent, it had 4 disturbing scenes, and I'm about to go through that. To sum it up, what I got from the story is a bunch of young girls. They're about 11 years old, no different from the girls here in the United States, or I don't know, any other country, South America, basically the United States, because I don't know anything about any other country. I just know other countries are more strict than the United States when it comes to certain things. The little girl, I forget her name. She's a cute little girl. She was 11 years old. What I gathered from the picture was she was hurting because her father wasn't living with them, and the mother has 3 kids. It's her younger brother, and then she has like a baby brother. But the father, in their culture, I guess it's African culture, he's remarrying another woman. And this woman, well, she's not really a woman, she's a young girl, because when the auntie was talking about when her parents gave her away, she was about 12 or 13 years old. After she had her, once she became a woman, her parents put her up or set her up for marriage at a young age. 13 is hella young. So this little girl, she didn't like the fact that, her father wasn't around. And then when she found out that he was going to marry someone a little bit older than she was, and they was going to live in the same house as her mother and her current siblings, her two younger brothers. So this girl, from what I gathered, was looking for a way to channel her anger. Like, she went and sought acceptance from the so-called popular girls, which is also a bunch of 11, 12-year-olds that were, that were dressing in crop tops and booty shorts, and I don't know, they were wearing tight jeans, but they're so young and so flat. I mean, it's really nothing. It's really nothing there. And they wanted to be in this dance group, this dance competition. Like I said, they're about 11, 12, and some of the other girls that were in this competition was like maybe 13, 14, or 15. And one of the girls in the video exposed herself. Yes, that kind of hit me, like, wow. She showed her boob. She's about 13, 14. Okay, that's one of the inappropriate scenes. Also, the little girl, she stole the phone so that she could see how women are, how women dance and how women are in other places and their body shapes and all this other stuff. So she started looking at stripper videos, girls and women on the stripper pole. I've talked about women on the pole before, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. But mind you, you have younger kittens that's looking at these things. I know there's no way for, the performer to stop a young child, a young kitten from watching these things. I think it's more on the parents to truly monitor what it is that our youth are watching, especially the little girls. Little girls, as you know, some of them are faster than these fast-ass boys. So, yeah, so she was looking at the stripper videos, looking at them twerking, looking at the their asses and how big their booties and stuff was. So she kind of wanted to be like them. Because, when you're not getting the type of attention that you need from home, from your parents and your siblings, you tend to go out into the street and, learn life through your friends or through social media and so forth. Okay. Another disturbing part was when the girls snuck into the laser tag thing, and they came across management, and he was a perv. He was a pedophile. These are 11-year-old girls, and they're doing all this seductive stuff. As flat as they are, they doing all this seductive stuff, shaking their ass, and I don't know how the girls be putting their hands in their mouths and sticking their tongues out and all that other stupid stuff. They was doing that. He was a total perv. I can understand why people thought that was offensive, because it is offensive. It's disturbing. Find a grown man lusting after, little kittens. These are babies, 11, 12 years old. Another part of the movie was when they was at the dance contest, the competition. These little girls, they were scantily dressed. When I said scantily, like I said, they had the crop top shirts. They're all skinny, so they got washboard abs. They had the booty shorts on. They're twerking. These little girls were twerking. Their hands were all in their mouths. These little girls was doing a WAP before the WAP video came out. Because when I saw them getting down on the floor and they were doing the WAP, the dance, the WAP, I was like, these babies are 11 years old. And during that scene, because this is coming towards the end, this is when the little girl realized, this is the wrong thing or the wrong path that she's taken. She's already messed up in the head because, her mother is allowing, her father's and his new wife to move into the house. She went to find acceptance from the popular girls, who were young like she is and dancing. Like I said, fast as hell. All of them were fast as hell. Excuse me. They were trying to pick up boys that were older than them. They're 11. They was trying to pick up 15-year-old boys. One girl got so mad that she took a picture of a cuckoo and she posted it. It got them a lot of bad feedback on social media. I don't know what social media platform they used in the movie, but it got her a lot of negative feedback. So then the little girl she was with, they turned their backs on her, and she didn't like that because she thought she was doing a good thing, trying to get them more noticed, since people were looking at them as little girls, which they were little girls. She wanted to get them more recognition. Now, the movie in itself, like I said, I thought it was good, but it had the 4 inappropriate scenes, that girls that age shouldn't be doing. Like I said, when I was 13, 14, I wasn't out there flashing my titties. No. And not only that, I didn't steal money from my mother to go shopping, for the little girl, for the other little girls, just so that they could like me. First of all, that would have warranted a really bad ass whooping. I mean, her mother did, did hit her or discipline her for doing that. But, it really didn't do anything. It just made the little girl more determined to become a dancer and to be, among the popular kids. But this is where I might get some negative feedback from. People are a lot of pussycats are in this cancel era. If they don't like something, they cancel it. So, okay, Netflix put out this movie, Cuties. So tell me, what's the difference between TikTok and Snapchat? I don't know what's happened on Facebook because I'm not on Facebook. Monkey and Omegi, I don't know, some other social media site where you have these young girls, and none of you pussycats could lie and say, no, that's not true, because I'll tell you, you're a damn lie if you're saying that this isn't true. These girls have on their crop shirts, some of them have on bras, half shirts or belly shirts, some in these pom-pom shorts or short shorts, and they're whopping, they're twerking, they're dancing to, all of these songs that are inappropriate for their age group. But I don't hear any of you pussycats in this cancel culture just trying to cancel Netflix because they made a movie to prove a point as to how, young girls are and how they want acceptance in all the wrong ways. When I see TikTok and Snapchat and I see the girls doing wop, wop, wop and shaking their ass, bouncing their titties, gyrating on the floor and everything. What's really the difference? Because in the movie, these 11-year-olds are doing this, and on Snapchat, TikTok, and the rest of the social media platforms, they're doing the same thing. These are young kids, kittens, 11, 12, 13 years old, doing the same thing that these little girls did in the movies. These little girls in the movie was like 11, 12 years old, I'm gathering. And like I said, Snapchat, TikTok, and the rest of the social media platforms, they're like maybe 11 and up. Doing it. Because, the WAP challenge is out now. The guys are doing it. The guys are doing it. Like I said, if you're a kitten and you're 18 and over, that's fine. Nobody gives a fuck what you do because technically you're grown. But if you're a kitten and you're under 18, then that's where the issue lies. And I say this because as parents, they say that we're supposed to know what it is that our children are getting into. Okay, sometimes it's hard for us to monitor our kids on social media. A lot of times the kids go on there, they put in fake birth dates or fake names and stuff so that they could get into these restricted platforms that's not for them. So to me, as I'm saying, there's a message in it. If your child is calling out or acting out in ways that they wasn't acting out before because you're too busy working 2 jobs, or you're too busy paying more attention to your man or to your woman instead of paying attention to your child, then that's a problem that you have to fix within yourself as a parent, because there's too much out here for these kids to be influenced by. My child, she's a teenager. I'm not with her 24/7. When she if she has a sleepover at night, I'm not there. It'd be her and a bunch of girls her age or older. I don't exactly know what it is that you're doing there. Hopefully, because she seems like she seems like she's a good girl. She is a good girl. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, truthfully, or I only know what she tells me. I don't know. I do see some of the videos that they make, and like I said, they're 17, 18 years old, so they do it. But these little kittens, it's like 11, 12, 13. No, it's not appropriate. If you're I'm gonna say under 16, because depending on what state you live in, and what country you live in, they allow different things. But if you're that young, no, you should not be whopping and dancing to Captain Hook and Anaconda and Swati, Just My Type, and all this other stuff. And as parents, like I said, sometimes you can't hold us accountable for what it is that our kittens and pussycats do, because we're not around them all the time. We're either working, we're going to school, we're trying to keep a roof over their heads and food in their bellies and clothes on their backs. But if your kitten starts to act out, you listen, sit down and listen to that child. Find out what's going on. They may say they don't want to talk to you about it right now, or you'll never understand. Just say, well, try it. Try me. Let me know. If you don't want to talk to me physically, take the technology route. Start texting me a message. Because Lord knows, I was in the car one day. I was going to Target because I needed something for the printer. My daughter and her friend, they're in the car, then sitting next to each other. Instead of them talking, they're on their phones, messaging each other. You're in the car, so why are you messaging? So if that's the way that you have to speak to your child, then message your child. Do things with your child. If your child is, like I said, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, excuse me, be more engaged in their activities or their life. I'm not saying spy on them, because that's the wrong thing to do. You start spying on them, then they're going to sneak around. Be more involved in what it is that you're doing. If you got a new man in your life and you're paying more attention to that man than that kid, than that child, yes, the child is going to act out. Or if you got a new woman, your child is going to act out. If all of a sudden your kid is fucking up and acting up in school and starting fights and shit, you have to find out the problem. Going upside their heads or beating the shit out them like our parents did back in the 80s and early 90s, that's not the way to go. You gotta talk to your kids. You don't want them drugged up either, because sometimes when you take the prescription drugs, it takes a toll on you also. It makes you really lethargic. It makes you hyper. It makes you, some of them bring you so down that, it's hard for you to function. I know. Listen to your kids. Oh, there's another scene from the movie. One of the little girls found a condom. It's an empty condom. She thought it was a balloon. This little kitten put her mouth on this dirty ass condom that she found in the bush or wherever, the park or the gully or wherever they was. She blew it into a balloon. The other girls was like, ew. You probably got AIDS or something, because you got your mouth on a condom, on something that somebody had on their tool. You have that on your mouth. The little girl started crying. Why? Because at 10, 11 years old, you don't know what these things are. You're too young to understand what it is. You've never seen a condom. You've never seen it on top of a man's tool, over a man's tool or anything. So that's another thing where their innocence come into play. These kittens, like I said, they're trying to be grown because of what they see portrayed on TV and the videos and in the music and so forth. So they're following it. So, excuse me, in my last video I spoke on role models. Someone on the pole is not a role model. I can understand if you're on the stripper pole and it's because, you really can't find a job. Like, coronavirus is a motherfucker right now. and you got like 3 kids, and the baby's father, this kid's father, is nowhere in sight, not even helping you. He's trying not to work just to avoid not paying for child support. So if you have to get on the pole to support your family that way, that's understandable, because you're doing what you have to do to keep a roof over your head, and keeping your baby's, your baby's belly full. But if you're doing that shit just because you think it's the cool thing to do, then no, because again, you have these young girls, kittens, 10, 11, 12, that's seeing these videos of you, and they think that's cool and that's the way that it should be, but it's not. And my male pussycats, you guys are just as at much fault as some of the female pussycats, because you guys talk about some of us women like, I don't know, like we're dog shit or something. But you gotta understand, a lot of you have little girl kittens, and the same shit that you do, that you're out there doing to either your wife, your mistress, and your chick on the side, some dude is going to do that to your daughter. I'm not wishing that on you, but you gotta understand, the shit that you do, it goes through a cycle, and the next generation picks up on it, and they copy what it is that you do. So if you're a fuckboy and you got daughters, remember, somebody is gonna be a fuckboy to your daughter, or a fuck girl to your son, and it's the cycle, because you're not listening, spending time, and talking to your kittens. I've been talking to my kitten since she was 6. Let me tell you a little story. When she was 6 years old, I think she was in the 1st grade, and this little boy told her if she wanted to see his pee-pee. She came home and asked me, Mom, what is a pee-pee? I said, what do you mean? He didn't say pee-pee, he said his D-I-C-K. So I said, who said that to you? She said, this boy in school. And she said, what is that? And I had to explain it to her. She's like 6 years old in kindergarten. I had to explain to her what, a pee-pee was. And she was like, oh, that's what a pee-pee? I was like, yeah.